All right, so PSA just announced the return of $15 TCG special for a limited time. So I'm going to go ahead. I have 26 slabs, a few, I think like 5 that are PSAs that I'm going to get regraded, and then a bunch of CGC, BGS, and I think I have one SGC in there. So I'm just going to do this all in one video. I'm going to show you guys the cards that I'm sending in, or that I'm going to break out of the slabs and then send in. There's 26 of them total. I'll show maybe some footage of me breaking them out of the slabs. I've never broken cards out of a slab before, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so a bunch of Shining Legends cards, Mint 9 Rayquaza, Volcanion, Celebi, and then we have a Gem Mint 9.5 CGC Team Rockets Meowth Black Star promo. And then for Rainbow Rares, we have a Mint 9 from CGC Tapu Koko VMAX. We have a 9.5 from SGC Blaziken VMAX. A 9.5 Arceus V-Star. A 9.5 Umbreon VMAX CGC. A 9.5 CGC Oleana. Oh, they're getting broken out anyways. A Mint 9 Melanie, and a 9.5 Roseanne's Backup. All right, moving on to Hidden Fates. So we have a 9.5 Lucario GX, 9.5 Kartana GX, a Mint 9 Zoroark GX, a PSA Mint 9 Mewtwo GX. This one's a little bit of bait. It's off-center, top to bottom. But my hope is that, I'll get another 9 on that. But what it'll do is it'll spawn a better centered 9.5 CGC to turn into a PSA 10. Then I have a Quad 9.5 BGS Glaceon GX. So I really hope that one gets upgraded to a PSA 10. A 9.5 Xurkitree GX. And then lastly, not Pokemon, but I only collect cards in PSA slabs. So I have some Magic the Gathering cards in my collection, which I've never shown before. But I have some beta cards here, some very low-end, like common beta cards that are... I just need to get them in a PSA slab. So there's a Near Mint Mint 8 Plague Rats, a Near Mint 8.5 Swamp. We got a Howl from the Beyond, 8.5. I'm sorry. An 8.5 Fear. A 8.5 Wall of Bone. And again, these I don't care if they upgrade or not. Hopefully they just stay in a near mint condition. This is an 8.5 Swamp. The subgrades on it are pretty great though. Two 9.5s for edges and corners, and then a 10 for surfacing. Just got an 8 for centering, but those are pretty strong subgrades. And then there's a Mint 9 Scathe Zombies. So I'm going to go ahead and break all these out of the slabs. I'll show them to you afterwards. And again, I'll upload this video when these come back, and we'll see how they did, if they stayed the same, if they downgraded, if they upgraded. But yeah, $15 a card, that's pretty great. We haven't seen that in a long time, and hopefully it'll continue to improve. But I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So just show you, I cracked out all the cards. So again, this was the first time I've ever cracked cards out. And I would say, in my experience, easily the CGC cards were the most difficult to crack out. I wouldn't say it was necessarily because of the seal. It could have been because the seal was so strong. But when I would try to like put my screwdriver under the thing and lift up or whatever, it would end up having a weak point at some point, like in the middle or bottom thirds of the case, and so it would kind of like rip across where the card was, which was a very scary thing. Whereas that didn't happen with the PSA or SGC or Beckett slabs. They just kind of broke along the seam for the most part. BGS was definitely the easiest case to break out of. Once I snipped off a corner and started lifting up, the case basically just came apart with a little bit of assistance. I would say second easiest would have been the one SGC card, although it was a very small sample size. So who knows if that's the case. But the PSA cards weren't overly easy to break out. But yeah, so here's all the cards. There's 26 of them again. They will be getting sent off after the weekend when the post office opens back up, so I can send them out to PSA. Here's all 26 labels. I wasn't able to get footage. I just don't have like a tripod to put a camera on and take like a time lapse of me breaking them out. But here's all 26 I guess labels, and I'll have these around for when the cards come back so we can remember what they were before they get hit at PSA. So, but that's it. The next time I start this camera back up, I'll have a box of graded cards in my hand. So yeah, see you in a bit. All right, so I just got the cards back from PSA. It was a super fast turnaround. Today is the 14th of November, and I think I sent these out almost exactly 1 month ago. I'll have to check. I'll put it down in the details of the video. But I have the labels, so I already looked at them. It's absolutely insane, the results that I have. I did not imagine it was going to go the way it did. But let me pull them out, put the labels on the correct cards, and then we'll get back into the video. All right, all the cards are out, and I did check while I was taking the cards out. It's been exactly 1 month from the date that they were received by PSA to the date they arrived back at my door. 1 month, and this was for the $15 special, the TCG special that was going on the previous month. All right, so this video is already taken long enough, I'm sure, after I piece it all together. Let's get into it. So the first card up was the Pretend Pikachu Team Skull Grunt one. This was an 8, and it went to, unbelievably, a Gym Mint 10. This is insane. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on the camera. You're not, but this isn't a 10, right? It needs to be a 9. But let me show you on here. So I have my little microscope. Oh, are you not going to be able to see that on the... you might be able to make it out. There's a print line that runs all the way across his eye right here. And so, in my opinion, that should have dropped it down to a 9 when it was first graded. However, it got the 8, and so that's part of the reason why I sent that one back. But they clearly missed that print line, and it ended up getting the 10 this time around. Insane. I'll take it. I'm a little disappointed by them missing it, but it is what it is. Shining Volcanion went from a mint 9, stayed a mint 9. So no movement there. So I'm actually going to do a pile here of improved, stayed the same, and then I'll move this pile and we can do a downgraded if there are any downgrades. All right, Shiny Rayquaza, sent this in. It was a mint 9 before, and it stayed a mint 9. All right, so both the Volcanions and the Rayquazas were PSAs, so a little consistency there, I guess. The Shining Celebi was also a PSA card. It was previously a mint 9, came back as a Gym Mint 10. So another upgrade there. Perfect. These are all collection cards for me. So I'm going to have some cards to add to my collection now. So a CGC 9.5 Team Rockets Meowth. And then this got the Gym Mint 10 from PSA. So 3 upgraded there, 2 stayed the same. And then we move into the Rainbow Rare, Hyper Rare, whatever you want to call them, Secret Rares. Tapu Koko VMAX was a CGC Mint 9. It is now a Gem Mint 10 at PSA. Blaziken VMAX was a 9.5 at SGC, and now a Gem Mint 10 at PSA. RCS Star 9.5 CGC, Gem Mint 10. This is, I mean, it's just absolutely insane, the results that I have, guys. 9.5 CGC Umbreon VMAX from Evolving Skies, Gem Mint 10. Oleana, Rebel Clash, Hyper Rare, 9.5 CGC, turned into a Gem Mint 10. So, I'm not saying you'll always have this kind of success, but this was a very successful submission. Now we have a CGC Mint 9 Melanie, and that upgraded to a Gem Mint 10. A 9.5 Roseanne's Backup is now a Gem Mint 10. This is absurd. All of these cards go right into my collection, except for a couple of them, which didn't upgrade or I don't need because they're duplicates. So Lucario GX, and now we're going into Hidden Fates. It was a 9.5 at CGC. Now it's a Gem Mint 10. The upgrade pile is growing. 9.5 CGC Cartana, Gem Mint 10. It's unbelievable. CGC Mint 9 Zoroark GX, Gem Mint 10. We have the Mewtwo GX from Hidden Fates. This was the Mint 9 from PSA. This is the one where I said I wanted to use this as sort of bait, maybe play on some human psychology, you know, grade a card bad, or you just have to give one a lower grade, and then so maybe the next one you see that looks maybe slightly better, then you give it a better grade. And that was the case here. So it went from a PSA Mint 9, and it stayed a PSA Mint 9, so no upgrade there. So the 3 cards so far that have not upgraded were prior PSA slabs, which I think speaks to the consistency at PSA. But again, my results may be outside of the norm. I have definitely seen videos online of people having very inconsistent results with PSA when regrading, and I saw that. You saw that on the Skull Grunt Pikachu that went from an 8 to a 10. But here's that second Mewtwo, the 9.5 CGC. It went to a Gem Mint 10. All right, we got a 9.5 BGS. This was the quad 9.5 Glaceon GX. Went to a Gem Mint 10. And then 9.5 Xurkitree GX, the last Hidden Fates card, and it went to a Gem Mint 10. So 16 out of the 19 Pokemon cards upgraded, and 3 of them stayed the same. So absolutely no downgrades from grading. All upgrades or stayed the same. For Magic, it's going to be a little bit different. We're dealing with much older cards. Grading is a lot more strict now, for sure. So I think we're actually going to see some downgrades here. Plague Rats was a near mint 8 at BGS, and it turned into a near mint 7. I'm perfectly happy with that because I just wanted these cards to come back in 7 or better condition. I did not care if all of these came back as a 7. It would not bother me. I just wanted them to be near mint or better. 8.5 Swamp upgraded to a mint 9. So another upgrade there. Howl from Beyond was an 8.5, turned into an 8. So you could sort of say that's a downgrade. I would say it really didn't change. I'll put it in the downgrade pile, but PSA does have an 8.5, but they very rarely use it. Sometimes they begin to use it, and they use it with way more frequency than I think people like. I don't think people like the half grades very much. But an 8.5 Fear turned into an 8. So another, again, downgrade, even though I would just say it was more of a side grade to go from an 8.5 in Beckett to an 8 at PSA. Wall of Bone, 8.5. And this one got the upgrade treatment to a mint 9. Then we have an 8.5 Swamp. And then this one also got the upgrade treatment to a 9. And then the last card, Scathed Zombies, was a BGS 9. And it was the first and only, in my opinion, real downgrade. To go from a BGS 9 with subgrades of 9.99 and 9.5 down to an 8 is a true downgrade. Unlike these where I think they're more or less just stayed the same, but I put them in this pile. Incredible results, amazing results. In part, I think some of these cards definitely deserve to be 10s. And I think some of them maybe were fortunate enough to come across maybe a bit of a lazy grader, or just a grader that was having a really good day and was just feeling really great. But that's what you get when you deal with something as subjective as trading card grading. So super happy about the results. These are all going in my collection, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will post up another video here later this week, as I have a previous submission, which should be on the channel, is just shipped today. So it should be back here in a couple days. But yeah, thanks for watching.